Good evening. I'm Donna Nawarbed doing a speech on child management and persuasion for Professor Poliquin's class. Today is April 26, 2020, and this is my audience. And I will begin when ready. What comes to mind when you think about social media? News updates, celebrity gossip. It is the internet after all, where you can find anything online. But that's just it. If you can have access to a variety of things online, there's a chance your children can too. I was once young and addicted to it. I was obsessed with how people lived such luxurious lifestyles portrayed by the pictures online. Soon, I wish I didn't become obsessed with it. Social media causes adolescents to feel insecure about themselves. Parents should monitor and limit the hours their children spend online. I understand that technology has made it easier for us to connect with others online, but too much access can be detrimental to a teenager, and they can be harmed by strangers online. Social media does not always teach adolescents the right thing. Teenagers are susceptible to the posts online because the part of their brain that helps them rationalize has not fully developed until their mid-20s, which means they are more prone to act first than be cognizant of their actions. Nowadays, teenagers are more interested in living the perfect lifestyle. It indicates that young people should receive more likes in order to feel empowered. This causes teens to feel less confident in themselves when someone gets more recognition than they do. Teenagers compare themselves to others when someone receives more likes than them. It is like getting recognition as an individual as well as getting one step closer to becoming popular. Social media also forces teens to be what people on the internet expect them to be. Like a girl should be feminine, slim, and sexy, and a boy should be masculine, muscular, and tough. Their identities on the internet must not show any imperfections, because if they do, they will bore their followers and they will get fewer likes, which is a nightmare for many teenagers. However, there is a potential danger below their pictures or videos, and that's the access to leaving a comment below their posts. Harmful, heartless, and hurtful comments. According to a post on Pew Research Center, it has been reported that, quote, 59% of U.S. teens have been bullied or harassed online, end quote. The awful thing about cyberbullies is that some do it to empower themselves, or some may comment without the intention to hurt them. Teenagers act impulsively and react emotionally towards these posts. They compare themselves to others when someone gets more likes than them, and cyberbullies post hateful comments to bring them down. It is a vicious cycle that should be stopped. Parents can intervene. Parents are supportive figures in their child's life. Without giving guidance to their kids, not only will they find comfort online, they will isolate themselves from their loved ones. Parent intervention is a way to stop this internet obsession. Open and effective communication allows bridges to be built. Listen and acknowledge their problems. It reassures them that they are being heard, not judged. According to a webpage on Child Mind Institute written by Rachel Umk, teenagers who don't feel pressured are likely to open up to their parents more as compared to a prying parent. Quality time with your children takes them away from their electronics. Simple things like having a meal together or watching movies can create a bond in a family. Activities allows teenagers to discover potential interests, such as baking, sewing, running, or drawing. When endorphins are released in the brain, your child is more happier without the reliance on technology. Picture your child sitting there in the room with nobody around. They're stuck on their device. What would you do? Well, I can picture you two scenarios, and you decide which is best. The first scenario is the teenager is sitting there with their device, their eyes glued on it, without a care in the world. They don't respond to calls when dinner is called, and they don't look at their parents when they're talking to them. They have completely blocked people out of their lives and isolated themselves from their loved ones. The second scenario is the teenagers having a static time with their family. They're on the table sharing jokes, telling stories, and having a fun time with one another. They plan to go on hikes, camping trips, and travel overseas, taking a lot of memorable pictures that the teenager will cherish for the rest of their lives. Give a moment to reflect on those two scenarios and decide which is the best picture you want to paint for your family. Teenagers are vulnerable to posts online. Notably, during this stage in their life, they will need guidance. Without a family to help them during their pursuit to a perfect life, not only will they be confused, but they will be a target of cyberbullies and impact their self-esteem. Parent intervention is vital as a parent. Communicate with them and assist with whatever help they need. Teenagers are bright young adults that deserve a better future. Rather than being stuck at home, building a fake persona online, they can explore, they can get out of the house and explore many things. They can volunteer at animal shelter, they can make cookies, or they can hike up mountains. During their journey to self-discovery, parents are their number one support. Without you, they are lost. Don't let internet obsession get in the way of family time. Keep them grounded and nurture them to become somebody they can be proud of. Be their beacon. Be their parent. And that concludes my speech for speech 3.